You're watching FPSN.
And we welcome you inside the Panther Den as we get set for Mountain 7 Conference basketball on a Tuesday evening. I'm George Young along with Tony Christie and our fantastic Franklin Panther Sports Network crew getting ready for a tip-off of the first ever Mountain 7 Conference basketball game between these two teams. In fact, it's the conference opener for both East Henderson and Franklin. Clock starts to tick, getting underway just a tad bit early because East Henderson canceled the JV girls action that was slated to begin at 4 o'clock. So the JV boys started at about 5 o'clock, got underway, and got in the books pretty quick. So we're starting about 20 minutes early. We'll have the introduction of the starting lineups in just a few moments. The Panthers coming off a loss on Saturday at the hands of the Rabun County Lady Wildcats. Now at 3-3 overall. And the East Henderson Lady Eagles come in at 1-4. Let's sit down for the public address announcer and the introduction of the starting lineups.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
First, the starting lineup for the East Henderson Eagles. Number 4, Lauren Burns. Number 5, Cadence Lindsay. Number 13, Rain English. Number 22, Madison McCall. And number 33, Molly Moore. Okay, Panther fans, on your feet for your starting lineup for your Lady Panthers. Make a little noise. Number 10, Andrea Terrell. Number 23, Callie Queen. Number 30, Tori Inslee. Number 33, Rosalind McCullum. And number 34, Corey Burrow.
That's the starting lineups for both teams. Good to see Callie Queen back in the lineup.
Yes, it is.
Last time we talked to you here on YouTube and Facebook, she had an injury where she was taken to the hospital, just a sprained neck.
Right.
They checked her out. She was cleared to play.
Yes, and that's good for the that's good for her, and it's good for the Lady Panthers. because she's their primary ball handler. And if she was out, it would have been a long night for the Panthers.
Did not play in the game against Raven County on Saturday. That did definitely hurt them against a powerful Raven County Lady Wildcat squad. As we are underway here at the Panther Den, Inslee up top.
It looks like the Eagles are coming out in a 3-2.
Now calls a turnover with that 3-2 zone.
Yeah, that a 3-2 zone is a odd-looking zone that most people don't actually practice against.
And a turnover. It's Tori Inslee with a steal to the hole. Inslee off the glass to get the scoring going. With 7:33 left, opening quarter.
And if you play with the ball around Tori Inslee, she's definitely going to take it.
One win so far this year for Austin Bollinger. First season at the helm of East Henderson, and we've got a turnover underneath us. It is a traveling violation on the Lady Eagles. As Callie Queen, the point guard, will bring it across that timeline. Swings it over underneath. Open is Terrell, and she gets hacked on that low baseline. That's going to send Andrea Terrell to the line. It's going to be the first foul on East Henderson. And it's going against Molly Moore. That'll be her first. Moore, a junior. Power forward for Coach Bollinger and the Lady Eagles. 7:08 left as the first shot from the free throw line is off the mark for Andrea Terrell.
See if Coach Hartbarger asks for it, dials up some pressure.
Usually that's the case after a made basket, and that is going to be the case as Andrea Terrell will get the bucket. Pressure works. It's a steal. Panthers reset offensively. It's Rosalind McCollum giving it up. Inslee over to Queen into the corner. It's Terrell. Baseline jumper, her spot. Just inside the arc. And it's 5-0 Lady Panthers. They're going to have to check the clock here as it is stopped at 7:01 on the clock here. On our clock it says 6:46. But they've got some issues here, and the score went up to 7-0 on ours, which is not the case. We're going to check here what's going on.
They're about to get under it, so I think we're about to lose.
we
ours.
We may lose.
We're definitely going to lose ours.
I don't know how ours got out of sync with. Now they're climbing underneath.
It might be the same issue that caused it to turn to 51 in that last game instead of 21.
We just lost ours, of course. Well, we're just a barn burner starting the first quarter here. Yeah, this will be interesting. We're still checking it out over there with Ed Ruiz, and it appears that we're still not reconnected. They probably disconnected the power, which resets their box, which is basically a computer in a box, and you have to go down there and physically reboot it. Okay, so we're probably going to have to not have a clock here. Yeah, that's going to be the case. Unfortunately, no clock here, at least for the first quarter. We'll get that up and running hopefully at the conclusion of this first quarter. Well, already I noticed that we've got a 3 out there for East Henderson, and I don't have on the roster. It's a steal. Tori Inslee off the glass. We've got a quick whistle and a timeout going to be called by East Henderson. Going to be a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick break. Back right after this.
Located at 461 Highland Road in Franklin, Carolina Junction Power Equipment is your local stop for lawnmowers, blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and all parts and accessories. Carolina Junction Power Equipment is also your local power sports dealer. They sell Can-Am side-by-sides and ATVs, plus have a full service shop for all of your power equipment and power sport needs. Give them a call at 828-369-9655 or come by today to see the largest selection of inventory around.
Had a steal on the inbounds. And And looks like another turnover. No. Securing it, it's Burns for the Lady Eagles. And then she turns it over as Callie Queen will pick up the loose ball. As we tick towards 6 minutes left, clock malfunction here at the gymnasium knocked our feed off. We'll have to hopefully get that situated here at the end of the quarter. Under 6 minutes left, it's a turnover for the Panthers. Lauren Burns into the front court. She's got issues with it. And now, traveling violation. Lauren Burns. So sloppy for both teams early on here, Tony.
Yes, and for the Lady Panthers, they're coming off playing against a tough Rabun County team that presses, and they're quick to the ball and doing a lot of stuff. So that's the same mode that it looks like they're in right now, and that's why the lead is 7-0.
Queen dishes one over to Andrea Terrell. She's going to lose control of it. Out of bounds. It was last touched by a Lady Eagle. Panthers reset. Madison Gilbert has checked into the ball game for the first time for Hartbarger. Has taken a seat will be Callie Queen. We'll see how much she does play coming off that injury, Tony.
Right.
Inbounds to Rosalind McCollum. She goes up, gets hacked. Shot was no good. She'll be at the line for a couple. It looked a lot worse, and I talked to Coach Hartbarger earlier today, and he talked about the injury and said really it looked a lot worse with the stretcher coming out and taking about a 15-minute break as the first shot is up and good. Mm-hmm. Really, it scared her more than anything because she couldn't lift her neck.
Yeah. Because when you jam it like that, there's a couple of different ways. You can, not be able to lift your neck sometimes. Sometimes you feel pain going down the side of your, right side or left side. Another steal off this pressure.
Another turnover. Corey Burrell with it. Over to Tori Inslee. 5.5 left, first quarter. Bounce pass to McCollum. They'll swing it over. It's Inslee. Inslee underneath. McCollum goes up, gets hit again, and she'll be back at the line for a couple of shots. Foul whistled on Madison McCall, a freshman for the Lady Eagles. That'll be her first and the third on the Lady Eagles. McCollum's first shot will get the roll. Horn blew before that one was actually in the hole.
Which is interesting, yes. That's why I was laughing. I was like, that's never seen that before.
And she gets the second roll as well. Panthers up 11-0. 5:16 left. Pressure in the backcourt. And almost a steal. Saved out of bounds into the hands of Corey Burrell. Nice save for Gilbert. Towards the scorer's table. Into the corner, it's Terrell for three. Short. Fight for it. Collum will turn it over. Had it and thought that she was shoveling it to a teammate,
Yes.
And it was a Lady Eagle. 4:50 left. Here in the opening half of action. And we've got another whistle and another traveling violation. I think that's about 5 traveling calls early on here on the Lady Eagles.
No more Santi.
Yeah, I think she played for at least 6 years.
Yes, it seemed like she was out there forever for the Eagles, Lady Eagles.
Corey Burrell up top. Now it's Terrell with it. 4.5 left in the first. Underneath, fight for it. Tie up. And the possession arrow is with East. Stops the clock with 4:29 left. And again, if you just joined us, we apologize for not having the clock on screen. Had some clock issues here, and they reset our box that connects, and we've got to turn her back on once we get a break in the action. Another turnover for the Eagles, and nothing is going right.
And that's what pressure does to some teams. As a pressing coach, I tell you what, you want people you're trying to speed them up. And, getting a turnover, that's the initial one that everyone sees. But, you can throw it away after you get over half court. They can shoot a bad shot. And that's what it looks like Coach Hartbarger is trying to go. That's his game plan tonight. And it's working as they're winning 11-0.
Inslee at the line for a couple. Gets the first. That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Eagles of East Henderson. And that one went against Cadence Lindsay, the junior. That'll be her second. 4:10 left as both free throw shots are good for Tori Inslee. And again, the pressure dialed up by Coach Hardbarger. East will break it. Issues as McCall secures it. Then her pass is knocked in the air, picked up by Moore into the corner. And a turnover. Inslee steps in front of the pass, picks it off, gives it up to Terrell. Terrell gets bumped. Fight for it underneath. And traveling the call on Rosalind McCollum. Or was that
Madison?
That was Madison Gilbert underneath.
Yeah.
Both
And
under
you see what happened. They actually broke the press that time, but they stayed sped up. And by doing that, when you stay sped up like that, you might turn the ball over. You know, that's usually what happens.
3:43 left in the first. The East is going to trigger in front of their own bench and trying to get some offense going. Big goose egg up on the scoreboard so far. 3:40 clock is a ticking here in the first quarter. Almost a turnover. It is going to be a turnover. Burrell stops. Can't hit. Terrell with the rebound. Out to Gilbert for three. Inslee had a brief shot at it. It's off of Tori Inslee and out of bounds to the East Henderson Eagles. 3:21 left here in the first as Lauren Burns checks in for East. And again, pressure and another turnover. Inslee can't get the roll. And it's out of bounds off of Andrea Terrell. 3:13 to go first quarter.
And it's one of those things, once it's worked, and as you've seen, it's worked, I don't know if you're going to come out of it. You know,
why not?
No need to.
And a whistle. Looks like a timeout will be called by Coach Bollinger and East Henderson. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. So let's keep it here. Have not checked the schedule just yet. Panthers come in to tonight's action, the conference opener at 3-3. Lost on Saturday. Big win here at home on Friday night against the Swain County Maroon Devils. That loss on Saturday ended a 3-game losing streak. But as Coach Hardbarger told me, he doesn't think that he's going to go through a stretch that he's going to have the competition that he has had to begin the year with Cherokee, with Rabun County.
That'll get you ready. That'll get you ready for your season. And if you can, you can take it and build from it. That's a good thing, because sometimes, you know, you get some of those losses and your team might not respond well to them.
We'll say the ball was kicked. East will retain possession after Inslee was headed for a fast break. Under 3 minutes left first quarter. Again, a double team and a steal. It's Tori Inslee to the hole.
Another steal. They actually came out the pressure this time.
Up 15-0 with 2:40 left first quarter. It's Burns for three. That one wouldn't fall. Gilbert with the rebound. Then she lost control of it. Now we've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow is with Franklin. 2:27 left first quarter. And it's going to be Tori Inslee. That'll bring it up across the timeline. East Henderson comes in to tonight's action 1-4. Panthers at 3-3 in their first conference game of the year for both squads. Out of bounds. Last touched by who? Looks like it's going to go off of a Lady Eagle. Inslee to trigger. 2:12 left first quarter. Hannah Smith checks in for Coach Scott Hardbarger. She gets the touch off the inbounds. Shot wouldn't go, but Inslee's there for the offensive board and the stick back.
Sometimes that's better than a play. Just kind of throw it up there and, you know, hopefully it goes in, but then Tori usually is around there to get it.
More subs coming off the bench. Carly McMahon has checked into the game for the first time. Also, Helen Martin into the game. Minute 57 left first quarter. Panthers dominating so far, up 17-0. It's McMahon with the first touch. She's going to swing it underneath. Up top, it's Terrell now. Down to a minute 40 left. McMahon for three. Off the mark, Terrell with a rebound. Her shot wouldn't go. Another offensive board. Down to minute 19 to go, first quarter. In the corner, it's Smith. Swing it around.
Good ball movement.
Terrell tries to split a double team, lost control. 60 seconds left first quarter, and then hopefully we'll fix the clock. And over and back.
Turn that thing right back over.
57.5 seconds left first quarter. Different atmosphere than we saw on Friday night in
Yes,
here,
it is.
Tony. It's you can almost hear a pin drop at times. There's not many fans. Baseline jumper. Of course, East Henderson. Long drive, and they don't draw a lot at home.
Right.
Of course, Swain County and Franklin kind of rival, and they had a heated contest on Monday night.
Right, yeah, that's what it was. That's why I think that produced more fans than anything, because both teams were undefeated going into Monday's match, and then Swain was able to come out victorious, and then on the Friday, Franklin came out and was on fire, 95 points in that win.
Underneath, got a foul on the Lady Panthers. That'll be the second whistle so far in this half. Gilbert picks up her second. Do have some foul shots now.
Yes. Could break that little.
Big goose egg.
Yes.
35.4 seconds left, first quarter. First shot. Hits the front of the rim. And she'll get one more. Off the mark. Down to 30 seconds left. Gilbert for three, rims out. East grabs the rebound. It's Madison McCall with the board as we tick under 20 seconds left. Burns, it's a turnover. McMahon, up court it goes. Off the glass, good. Corey Burrell.
And that's good for the reserves to be out there, getting some time to get in there to kind of play.
All right, that'll do it for the first quarter. We'll take a break. Back after this.
Jonathan Lamb and family would like to wish the Panther basketball teams all the best this season. A mother of a FHS and a graduate of Franklin High, Jonna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. In May, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
Welcome back, fans.
All right. We'll see if the scoreboard decides it wants to work. Welcome back, fans. I went down and tried to reboot it. It takes a while.
Traveling.
And another turnover. It's a traveling violation on East Henderson. I asked them what they were doing down there. Everybody kind of looked the other way and put bags over their heads.
Like we couldn't see him from way where we were at.
Underneath, it's Rosalind McCollum kicks it back out. Down to 7:40 left.
And for the Lady Panthers right now, they should definitely be working on getting, the best possible shot. Working it and seeing how things kind of work. This is where you get better too. A lot of times when you're when a score like this, you kind of work on execution, in front of a lot of people. Because in practice, coaches, we we do that. We try to get them to execute. They can execute perfectly fine. 3 by Corey Burrow there, but once you get into the game, they lose everything just because there's people watching. So that's pretty good for them to work on that. Another turnover.
7:05 left as McCollum receives the assist from Callie Queen and gets the bucket to go. It's 24-0. And finally, Burns will break the drought.
Yes.
First points for East Henderson. Now 24-3 as the passes through the hands. Burns picks it up, and she gets her pocket pick. Tori Inslee will kick it over to Callie Queen. 6.5 left, second quarter. Doesn't look like the scoreboard box is rebooting itself down there. Always something,
Yes,
what I mean?
it is.
Down to 6:15 left on the second quarter clock. Burns for 3. Wouldn't go in. And Corey Burrell will pick up the board. Burrell underneath. Fight for it. Kicks it back out. 3. Tori Inslee. Got it.
Good shot by Tori. Good ball. Good inside out. Throwing it into Corey Burrow. Throw it back out to Inslee.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at there.
There you go.
It took a while. Snail space. Underneath. Collum grabbed the rebound, and she was pushed from behind. And that'll send Rosalind McCollum to the line. And that is going to be the 5th, or make that the 4th foul on Caden Lindsay. She'll take a seat. Only 6 assessed to East Henderson, so 4 of the 6 are against Lindsay. And it goes to Burrell, corner 3. Almost a turnover. Ball kicked around, picked up. Tori Inslee again. Inslee, count it, and 1.
Tori plays hard all the time.
Well, Tony got a little too excited, I think. Looks like it has died again. Well, Inslee will be at the line. And she gets the and 1.
A lot of little kids running around tonight.
We've got a whistle and a timeout by East Henderson. Is it going to be a full timeout? Yes, it will. Let's take a break. Hang with us on the Franklin Panther Sports Network.
Sport Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sport Zone.
Shauna Thunlam and family would like to wish the Panther basketball teams all the best this season. A mother of a FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Shauna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. In May, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
All right. Welcome back. 30-3. Looks like a football score. We're in the second quarter. East went scoreless in that first quarter. Able to put down a trifecta to Lauren Burns to get the goose egg off the scoreboard earlier. And again, we apologize for the clock issues. Down to 5:10 left here in the second. just tuning in. Tori Inslee, another steal. How many steals do you think Inslee's got so far in this game?
I do not know, but this is definitely going to put her in the lead because she does this on a regular, and
fast break points.
Yes, and tonight it's seems like it's extra.
No doubt. Moore underneath. McCall couldn't get it to go. Partially blocked by McCollum. As Gilbert gets it across the timeline. Down to 4:30 left in the second. Burrell holds it over her head. Now going to shoot. Wouldn't fall. Rebound. McCollum off the glass and good.
Kind of like what I was saying earlier. Just put it up on the rim. Hopefully one of your bigs can get the rebound and put it back in. Easy too.
Approaching 4 minutes left. That one from beyond the arc wouldn't fall. Offensive board underneath. Stick back. Well off the mark. And the board picked up by Madison Gilbert. Burrell over to Terrell. Back to Burrell. 3:50 left. McCollum hook shot.
Nice.
Got it go.
That's actually a tougher shot than it looks. And she always makes it look easy.
Molly Moore moves it up quickly. And another steal.
I tell you what.
Guess who's got it? Inslee over to Burrell off the glass.
It looks like I would not even look to the left side. I wouldn't even look over there. I just look at it, Tori, and I'd throw it to the other side.
Avoid Tori Inslee.
Yes,
That's what the coaching staff for East Henderson's going to tell him in the break here. So we got a collision, and eventually got a whistle, and East steps on the end line. Wholesale substitutions.
Except for Tori.
For Coach Scott Hardbarger. Inslee stays in the ball game, but McMahon in there. She's going to bring it up court. Madison Gilbert. Also Helen Martin. And Hannah Smith, your 5 on the floor. 3 up and good. Helen, or was that
Maddie Gilbert.
Maddie Gilbert.
Yep.
Maddie Gilbert makes it a 41-3 advantage. Another steal. It's Tori Inslee. .230 remains here in the second.
And that's amazing because she was playing up top. Now she's playing down low. She's playing a totally different position, and she's still getting steals.
There's a 21 out there that I don't have my roster here, Tony, for East. Trying to see if there's another number that could be. Jumper just inside the arc. Up and good for Madison Gilbert.
And that's what Madison Gilbert can do. She can really shoot the ball. And for her, it's, she might be out of rhythm right now because she grew a lot from last season to this season. And it's kind of hard when you're growing to keep your shooting form. But she was a very good shooter last season, and she is this season as well.
No shots here. Jumper outside the arc. Once again, it's Burns. All the scoring for East Henderson has been by Lauren Burns. 45-6. Minute 40 left, second quarter. That one will go. Hannah Smith will answer. Check that, Doug. Maddie Gilbert will answer and make it a 48-6 advantage. Gilbert chases. Tried to save it out of bounds. Minute 20 left here in the second. Carly McMahon brings it up. Burrell in the paint. Martin lost control. And last touch by a East Henderson Lady Eagles. 66 seconds left. 48-6. The second quarter will begin, or second half rather, third quarter will begin with a running clock.
Hannah Smith with the 2-point basket.
Smith makes it a 50-6 advantage. We're down to 45 seconds left in the second. Burns for three.
Good pass.
Top of the key, just inside the arc. That one wouldn't fall for Maddie Gilbert. And we're down to 20 seconds remaining in the second. Coming up at the half, fans, through all the technical issues with the scoreboard, trying to fix that. I forgot that we'll be talking with head coach Doug Clemens of the boys varsity team. Nice conversation with him coming up at the break. And then we'll get set for third quarter action here in about 5 seconds. That's going to do it for the second half, or the second quarter here, as we head to the second half. Lady Panthers on top of the Lady Eagles, 50-6. We'll take a break, talk with Doug, come back, get you set for the third quarter in just a moment. Stay with us, fans. Fans, welcome back here at the half. George Young, along with the head man for the boys varsity, Doug Clemens. And Coach, you knew coming into the season that this was going to be a tough stretch at the beginning of the year, and then you're in the middle of about 5 games in 8 to 9 days. You've lost 2 out of 3, Coach, but you played some pretty good ball, pretty good teams.
We have. Swain is a very good team. They'll be one of the contenders for the Smoky Mountain Conference 1A. We went to their place, of course, and lost, and then followed that up Friday night with a return game here against them, and probably played our best game of the season. Not just because we scored a lot of points, but I felt like our defense led to a lot of our offense. We're able to, to cause a lot of turnovers and then transition those into baskets at the other end. And then, of course, the very next night we had to go down to Rabun County. We'd had a tough game with them, second game of the season. I think we won by 7 up here, and then they were able to beat us by 5 at their place. We knew it was going to be a good tough game. A lot of people don't know this about Rabun. They're pretty much known for their football, but last year their basketball team went to the Elite 8 in Georgia high school, to playoffs, and basically return most of their players from that team. And so, we played them a couple times in the summer and split with them in the summer. So we knew that was going to be one of the better teams on our schedule, and that proved to be true. So, like I said, we've had a lot of games. We've played, 3 games each week since the season started, and we'll also play 3 games this week. So we're trying to toughen our kids up a little bit by, having to do that. And then tonight I'm looking forward to a really good game against East Henderson. They're 6-0 coming into the game, and also it's our first conference game. So we're looking forward to a tough battle against them.
Yeah, you mentioned East Henderson comes into tonight's game 6-0. It is the first conference game for both East and for you guys, Coach. We talked about it last Friday when I chatted with you here at the half about the conference and the new look conference. I saw that they were 6-0. I was talking to you before we came on, kind of surprising. East has been about the middle of the pack or at the back of the pack in the conferences over the past couple 4 or 5 years. What do you think's changed with East Henderson this year?
Excuse me. Probably their schedule, looking at their schedule, the people that they've played, I think, that's had something to do with the record, even though they've, you can't argue with 6-0. But at the same time, I feel like the opponents that we've played up to this point are relatively a little tougher than the ones that they've played. But still, when confidence. And when you're 6-0, you don't think anybody can beat you. So, we'll have it to do tonight. The biggest difference, I think, is probably their coach. He came about 3 years ago, and, he's trying to build a culture there. It takes time, but I feel like, with the patience, if East Henderson will be patient with him, to me it was evident right from the start, the way the kids acted, the effort that they gave on the court. And then lots of times it's about getting athletes out to play your sport. Lots of times when you're at, like you say, when you're at the bottom of the conference, it's not really attractive to for people to come and put time and effort into a sport. But seems like when you start winning a little bit and those type things, then your sport becomes something that at least, your athletes in school want to at least try. And so I think that those two combinations, new coach plus probably getting some kids out that haven't been coming out before, is probably added to, the fact that they're 6-0.
Before we let you go, Coach, let's talk about your team real quick. We knew coming into the season that you had some returning starters, Griffin Green, Trey Penland, and Miles McClure. Talk about some of the other guys early on in the season that you've been impressed with.
Well, I've been impressed with the whole team really as an effort, as the attitude that they've just really bought into what we're trying to do. I'm looking forward to that, continuing to build. We're going to do some things tonight in the game that will even be different than we've done up to this point. We're going to try to play a few more people, a few more minutes. That lends itself to a more team atmosphere in the dressing room. When you're sitting in the dressing room and you're thinking, well, I wonder if I'm going to get to play tonight. Sometimes it's hard to buy in, but when you pretty much know that you're going to get to play, then the effort, it comes in practice, and then obviously we'll be able to rest some of the players that were playing major minutes. Parker Cabe's had a real good season up to this point. He's given us a couple of double-figure games off the bench. We've had a number of players, Max McClure, Chris McGuire, Joe Riddle. We're playing about 10 every night. Tonight we hope to go a little bit deeper than that in an effort to maybe ramp up the pressure against East Henderson, but also reward some of these kids who have been working so hard.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight.
Okay.
And we'll catch up with you on Friday.
All right. Thank you.
That's head coach of the boys varsity, Doug Plemons. And coming up after this game, it's the boys varsity right here on FPSN. Fans, stay with us. More to come here at the half.
Jonathan Lamb and family would like to wish the Panther basketball teams all the best this season. A mother of a FHS student and a graduate of Franklin High, Jonna has been working almost 22 years for the Clerk of Court's office. In May, vote Lamb for Macon County Clerk of Court.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panther football.
Yes, complete.
It's good to just go out there and win.
Welcome back, fans. As you see the Lady Panthers back out of the locker room, up 50-6 at the half, as we talked about. Heading in to the halftime break. When we begin the third quarter, we'll have a running clock. So this second half is going to go by very, very quickly. For sure. Panthers dominated from start to finish in that first half. Only 2 buckets scored that entire first half for East Henderson. Lauren Burns hit 2 threes. And that's how they have 6 points. Tori Inslee led the way. Bunch of steals. Fast break points really were the story in that first half for the Lady Panthers. Tori Inslee, a lot of girls off the bench, able to get a ton of playing time, and I'm sure that will continue here in the second half as Coach Scott Harbarger will have a running clock to begin the third quarter. I'm sure he'll have the starters out there to begin the first couple of minutes, but then I'm sure we'll see a lot of subs coming into the ball game. Panthers seeking their first conference win here in 2021-2022, first Mountain 7 conference basketball game ever for either team. In a game like this, Tony.
Yes, sir.
What are you expecting in the second half if you're the coaching staff for the Lady Panthers? I'm sure you just want to get out of here healthy.
Get out of here healthy.
You want to get a lot of experience.
All that. Get out of here healthy, and that's the main concern. But as you know, another thing as what I do, and I've been in this situation before, is I'm making this hard on my team. I'm gonna make it extremely, as hard as I can possibly be on them to execute, everything. And if they're not executing, I'm gonna be upset because, they're basically it's kind of like we're practicing at this point.
And as I mentioned, the clock will continue to roll. There's going to be a very, very quick second half as that shot would not fall from beyond the arc. And it'll be out of bounds. Oh, no. Oh, no. Clock is locked up down at the scores table. It's rolling still on ours.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Ed Ruiz told me in the break that the little connection, and we have the same connection in the back.
A little like telephone connection?
Or it's a quarter-inch connection in the back of the scores table. It evidently has a short in it or it's loose.
Oh, okay.
That was the issue they had before. We had the same connection. That's why our clock continued to roll. So it wasn't really the scoreboard or the controller. It was the connection that was feeding the data to the scoreboard.
Right. And that's understandable because, that clock is used for volleyball, it's used for community travel, it's used for practices. You pull it in and out. And if you don't, how it is with a lot of electronics, if you don't pull it out by the actual metal piece and you just pull it by the cord, you can get that short real easy.
He's still got some issues down there. It's rolling on our side, but it's not rolling on the visible scoreboard here in the Panther Den. It's around to 6:20 left, but he can't get it. He can't get it to go up on the scoreboard. My goodness.
And it was a running clock.
Yeah. Okay, they just disconnected our stuff. Wow. Well, how'd we get 51 points? Oh, that's wrong. Should be still 50 up there.
McCullum hit a
That's right.
hit a free throw.
She hit a free throw. So we got it, but it's not up on the scoreboard here.
They're not getting any feedback.
They're not getting anything.
Yeah, because I guarantee the scoreboard, the actual console, has the clock running. Had the clock running.
Yeah. So they're just going to keep the clock rolling. We'll turn it off on our end. There's no clock even visible here in the gymnasium. Inslee to the hole
with a steal.
So we will keep the score here. There's no scoreboard in the facility for me to make sure that my scoreboard is right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay. It's a running clock. It's 40. It's quite all right. I guess I really think that everyone,
is okay
with it. Yes,
it's okay with everything.
Yeah.
There's Ed.
They're trying.
Yeah. What a game for it to happen. Another turnover. Up to Inslee. Back it goes to Queen. Shot wouldn't fall. Got her own rebound. And got it blocked. East comes down with it.
And you see right there the unselfishness of Tori Inslee. She could have easily made that layup, but she wanted to get Callie Queen some in the stat book.
So they just announced there's 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Over it goes to Queen. And Burrell swing it around. Underneath it's McCollum. McCollum's shot wouldn't fall. Now they've got something back up on the scoreboard.
Hey.
Four and a half left, third quarter, running clock. Moore off the mark. Got McMahon checking in for Callie Queen. Carly McMahon into the ball game for the first time in the second half. We're down to 4:14 left in a running clock, third quarter. Why do they have to unplug us all the time? What did we do?
I tell you what, a running clock as a coach is interesting. You know, especially if you're winning during the running clock, and you're trying to sub people in and sub them out, and you just happen to look up and the game's almost over. Yeah, for real, it's in the beginning of my coaching career, I coached my first ever game, lost by 50. And it was a running clock, and I had no clue because I've never seen that before. But that was interesting being on that side of it. And then being on the other side of it is also interesting because you can't get people in. You can't really try to do the things that you want to do because the clock is just running.
Down to about 3 minutes left. And the second shot is up and good. Is it 54?
It is.
They haven't put it up there yet.
Good pass. Helen Martin with the 2-point assist. Inslee.
All right. We got a clock now. It's pretty accurate.
There you go.
That one wouldn't fall from deep. McMahon. Just left to the elbow. It's Madison Gilbert.
That was actually Hannah Smith there.
Was it?
That's all right.
Hannah Smith.
Yeah.
All right, we'll stop the clock. They did stop the clock.
He called a timeout for a sub.
Timeout.
There's a timeout for a sub.
Burrell coming in. All right, I think our scoreboard is correct now, officially. Tie up, and possession arrow
stays
with Franklin. With East. Partially blocked Moore with the shot. She'll be at the line for a couple. Gilbert will pick up the foul. That'll be her third.
And it's amazing during the running clock. The one thing that it really amazes me is how much time goes off the clock for a free throw. Like, you'd be surprised how much time goes off for a free throw.
Lady Eagles, number 11,
$57-7. Is that the right score? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. We're down to 25 seconds left. McMahon dishes underneath.
Good pass.
It's Gilbert. Jumper wouldn't fall. Long board. McMahon. She can't hit. Pearl with a rebound. Another long one wouldn't fall. And that'll do it. Third quarter in the books. 57-7. I do believe that is the score. Just don't take that to the bank at this point. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter coming up.
You're watching FPSN.
Located at 461 Highland Road in Franklin, Carolina Junction Power Equipment is your local stop for lawnmowers, blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and all parts and accessories. Carolina Junction Power Equipment is also your local power sports dealer. They sell Can-Am side-by-sides and ATVs, plus have a full service shop for all of your power equipment and power sport needs. Give them a call at 828-369-9655 or come by today to see the largest selection of inventory around.
Welcome back, fans, as we begin the fourth quarter. That score is correct, 57-7. And I've told this story numerous times over the years, as I believe the year was 2014. It was the 2014 season, 13 or 14 season. And Franklin traveled over to East Henderson, girls action, and East did not break 10 points until I think they officially scored 9 points in the game.
Right.
And this one is very similar.
Yes.
A very young team, though. You've got 1, 2, 3 freshmen and a host of juniors. Only one senior on the roster for Coach Austin Bollinger and the East Henderson Eagle.
And like we said, earlier in the broadcast, the Lady Panthers, they've played against some of the best teams in the state of Georgia and North Carolina. So it's they've been getting ready. And after coming off a loss, they wanted to come back and get on the winning track. Especially since the next game won't be until Friday, they wanted to make sure that they, executed, and they're definitely been doing that today.
Whistle and a foul coming up on Cheyenne Sherman. That'll be her first, the third team foul on East Henderson. That one wouldn't fall. East grabs the rebound, and it's stolen away. Harley McMahon picks up the steal. She's going to give it up to Gilbert. Gilbert over to Burl, and that pass knocked away. Sherman lost control of it. And fans, coming up relatively soon, we'll have about a 10 to 15 minute break between the girls and the boys action. And we'll be honoring some Community League basketball teams.
Yes.
We're actually going to go off with this post on YouTube and Facebook. Molly Moore gets the bucket.
Nice take.
So if you're watching on a smart television, you'll have to find our post again and cast it back to your televisions. We'll go off the air and then come back in about 10 or 15 minutes for the boys action. Got a separate post. Hannah Smith's shot wouldn't fall. Closing in on 5 minutes remaining with a rolling clock. Lindsay with it. Picked up by Madison Gilbert. Gives it up to McMahon. And McMahon got bumped. Shot wouldn't fall. And McMahon will be at the line for a couple of shots.
And that's a good sign, for the Lady Panthers that they're really, there was a little bit of a scoring drop-off when Coach Harbarger went to his bench, but not that much. And that's always a good sign, especially on the defensive end. If there isn't really a drop-off, that means you can possibly, if you ever had foul trouble, which is kind of easy because they only have 4 people on the bench. If they get in foul trouble, a lot of these players that are playing right now would have to play, and this is good for them to get in the game, live action right now.
Offensive rebound underneath, off the glass. It's Maddie Gilbert. 59-9 as we close it on 4 minutes left to this girls varsity game. Lost out of bounds off of Sherman, they'll say. Back over to the Panthers. McMahon for 3. Smith with the board. She got fouled. She'll be at the line. That'll kill another 30 to 40 seconds off.
Oh,
of
wow.
Close maybe
to
a minute.
Because look how slow the referees are moving. They move slow. Look, have to give her the ball.
Go get me some popcorn.
Look at him. He has to give her the ball. He just holds it. Like, what are we doing? Just give her
water
the
bottle will be good. Maybe dinner plans after the game.
Yeah, see how long it's taking? He's been in one of these games before.
Didn't get the roll. She'll get one more.
Someone tying a shoe. See?
Tying a shoe. Telling a few jokes. About the second to go. 60-9. That's number 11. I don't have on my roster. Has it up top. And we've got a whistle and a reach-in foul on a Lady Panther. That'll take us down to about no shots officially. That was just the second on Franklin. Cheyenne Sherman will trigger for East. Trouble and another turnover. Burrell comes out with it. Smith off the glass.
Two minutes left.
Sherman just inside the arc. That one wouldn't fall. Smith races down court, kicks it out. It's a 3, up and good. Maddie Gilbert. All the bench players, I'd say Madison Gilbert has really been one of the stars, but everybody has really contributed here in the second half.
They've all come out and played hard, played extremely hard.
And another turnover. It's Smith knocking it away, securing it. McMahon lobs one over to Burrell, thought about it. Take it over to Smith. Gilbert. Nothing but net. And we're approaching 60 seconds left.
Yes. Now the next game is going to be interesting because East is 6-0. They're 6-0, and it's one of those things where they're 6-0. The Panthers have played several tough teams, and they played a 6-0 or 5-0 Swain team and beat them. So it's going to be interesting this next game. See how they can hold up, especially it being a conference game. And last year for the Panthers, they came out with two losses in conference play against Hendersonville and Pisgah. And that was kind of, after that, it was, you were done because they only took one person to the to the state championship. Yeah.
One team out of the conference.
Yeah, one team out of the conference.
That's going to do it.
I'm about to go to the lobby.
Final 68-9. Franklin now over 500 at 4-3. Most importantly, now 1-0 in the Mountain 7 Conference with a convincing victory over the East Henderson Lady Eagles. All right, fans, we're going to sign off here from this post on social media, our YouTube and our Facebook pages. And we're going to come back in about 15 minutes or so with a different post, and we'll have the boys action for you. So hang with us on YouTube and Facebook. This is the Franklin Panther Sports Network.